It depends when you ask me and what I'm using it for, but I was thinking about this, and I think my favorite chemical reaction is the reaction between sugar and potassium nitrate. Okay? You probably don't know that reaction, but it makes rocket fuel.
Rocket.
And I use it very often when I have school children coming into the university. And what we do is we mix sugar and potassium nitrate, and we set fire to it, and it up like that, and it gives a nice purple flame. And you can do a little set of experiments where you use different kinds of sugar, and you can show that the icing sugar is better than caster sugar, and so on. And you can do things that show that you need to have the right composition, so you actually have to have 3 times as much potassium nitrate as you have sugar. Everybody will tell you, if you ask them, they'll say, oh, the sugar is the thing that's burning. But the sugar's only burning because it's got the oxygen source from the potassium nitrate. So I love that experiment, and the children love it too. And in fact,
so until I started my own group, my favorite reaction was palladium catalyzed cross-grouping reaction, but since we are starting the group now is siege activation, because for me it's one of the most versatile transformations. So it's so elegant that you can transform a ubiquitous carbon-hydrogen bond and transform it in a carbon-carbon or carbon-heteroatom bond. Just I think that this is brilliant.
Okay. I think I'm a little bit biased according to my topics of interest, but I'm really fascinated by radical chemistry because first of all, I work with radicals, and as a second point, they are often underestimated when one has to think about building a new molecule and so on. But in recent years, radicals have started to be adopted by many chemists around the world, and so I think they are trying to gain back their position into organic synthetic tools.
Well, I'm probably going to give you a rather eccentric one in a sense, because right from the beginning, one of my interests has been to understand how biological molecules work, particularly proteins. And when I was starting out in science, we knew the structures of a number of proteins. We knew they were made on the ribosome, and that they came as a long chain of amino acids. But what we didn't know was how they folded up to their functional structure. So I think my favorite chemical reaction is the folding of a protein that goes from a sort of random polymer into a highly organized structure. A really remarkable reaction that's
has some activities actually.
And this is the second half of the genetic code, if you like. It translates the message in DNA into biological activity. So that's my favorite chemical reaction.